Hi, my name is Raul Rene Gonzalez. I'm a visual artist here in San Antonio, and I recently worked with SAMA with their jazz residency. Since moving to San Antonio, a lot of my work had to do with using music as an inspiration of making both paintings and abstract work. A lot of times I find myself in the studio dancing while painting. I really wanted to capture the movement and sound of not just jazz musicians, but the people listening to jazz, people experiencing music. So before the actual day of starting the painting, I spent a lot of time in my studio doing a number of small compositions, doing some quick sketches, all influenced by the three artists that I was looking at, which were Stuart Davis, Max Weber, and Archibald Motley. While making the work, I found myself listening to the music, but also just thinking about the way the strings move, the way the musicians move their hands and how they kind of took over the space. But also, one of the things that I was really thinking about the most was just the word pochade, which was the title of one of the pieces. And pochade is a French word for a quick composition or sketch, usually in painting, that captures both the aura and atmosphere of a place. As part of the residency, SAMA asked me to put together I think a 60-song jazz playlist. Just seeing that on what the artist had to do, I was excited just to do that itself. So when I got to do this, I was like, all right, here's a chance for me to share a lot of the jazz songs that I really appreciate. My daughter's art teacher at Advanced Learning Academy had reached out to me about sharing some of my art practices at some point throughout the year. And so once I had this residency opportunity, I felt like this was something great to share with her. Earlier in the year, she actually did a virtual tour of SAMA. So the students had a virtual gallery. They can explore, go through different galleries in SAMA where they can go and learn more about different artworks. But I was like, well, here's a chance for them to see an artist's work that's here in their city. I just sent her a few photos and she was like, wow, this is amazing. Do you mind if I turn this into an art project that we can share with the kids? And then, so she took all the different pieces that I sent her, put together a PowerPoint, and then I think she used it to teach kindergarten through fourth grade. Worked on this jazz-inspired art project where they listened to one of the musicians from the jazz playlist I created, and then they worked on these abstract compositions that she shared online and then had in a small space at the school. The best thing about being a jazz and action artist was, I guess to me, was being just the first person to do something like this. I learned that this was something new that SAMA has done in their history, in their 40-year history. And then also I just thought it was crazy that SAMA turned 40 this year, I turned 40 this year. It was the first time them doing a residency. I was like, wow, it felt really cool to be the artist that got selected. Based on the conversations I had, I felt like this residency really connected with the community. There were a lot of people who were both jazz musicians, a lot of artists who were using music as an inspiration. And I just felt like people were able to walk away with something they can relate to and also see painting and jazz approached in a different way. And it felt like people left inspired. People literally told me that they were inspired by this, and I feel like that alone, says a lot. This was a really great project that SAMA did to really connect to the community, and hopefully they'll continue to do things just like this, whether it's residencies or even recently they acquired, I think, about artwork from about 7 or 8 San Antonio artists. So seeing things like that, adding work to the collection, doing residencies, just continue to do stuff like that, which they already do, I think SAMA would just continue to grow and prosper.